Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be me being really excited about the Loki series coming out video. So, Loki comes out today, and I want to kind of show you books that I've been collecting for the last year in anticipation for today. Because I heard that the Loki show was coming out about a year ago. They were talking about it. Actually, some of these books I purchased before that because I actually liked Loki in the movies. I thought he was kind of a cool anti-hero, and we might as well start with the beginning. The very beginning of Loki is this book. These are the key Loki books that you should try to find if you're specking on the show, or just interested in Loki in general. It's maybe a little too late to spec on Loki. He, it's the show is coming out literally today. So, I'm all excited for it. I haven't seen it yet. It's gonna come out today, and I'm really excited for it. And it all starts with this comic. So this is Loki right here. You can see him at the top. And this is Journey into Mystery 85, the first appearance of Loki. And there's, some other characters that make their first appearances. Like, actually, Odin himself makes a sort of cameo appearance in this as well. This book is really pricey, kind of out of the range for most people. When I got it, it hadn't kind of seen the huge spikes that it's seeing now. And I imagine after the show airs, this book will even become more out of most people's range, even in this low grade. So with that being said, I want to show you some other potential good specs. And it really starts with the whole theme of the show. It's all going to be related to time, and maybe sorting out the timelines, because really Loki kind of messed things up. He messed up the timeline in Endgame, where he basically took the Tesseract and just sort of altered the timeline. So one of the people that are tasked with maintaining the timeline are the Timekeepers, and they made their first cameo appearance, in Avengers West Coast Avengers 61. Now later, they made their first full appearance in West Coast Avengers 62. And this also has Immortalus. Now, Immortalus is a very important character. He is sort of like one of these villains. He's also known as Kang the Conqueror. And Immortalus is a character that is a time traveler. And he gets involved with time and messing it up, basically. So Immortalus is kind of an important character. This is the Timekeepers, and this is the big fight with them and Immortalus. So the next one is obviously looking at Kang. Whether or not Kang is going to actually make an appearance, or maybe a cameo appearance in the TV series, is kind of debatable. Like, we already know that he's going to make an appearance in Ant-Man. So Kang made his first appearance in comics in this one, Kang the Conqueror, Avengers number 8. So this is my copy. Is a pretty low grade. I think I paid a couple $100 for it at the time. It's like a 3 maybe. So yeah, this is Kang the Conqueror. Maybe it's a 4 actually. So Kang the Conqueror made his first appearance in Avengers number 8, and he could be, as I said, make a small appearance in the Avengers movie, TV series. And the next one is Immortalus. Immortalus is another one of these iterations of Kang, and this is where he made his first appearance in Avengers number 10. So these are kind of potential specs for either this new Loki series or potentially Ant-Man, because Kang is already casted for the next Ant-Man movie. So even if you if you're specking on Loki, well then you can win either way because it'll be an Ant-Man as well. Another thing that is Kang's girlfriend. Now, Kang's girlfriend is Renova Renslayer. And she made her first appearance in Avengers 23, so a few issues later. So that's Kang on the cover there. That's, him being all big and all. And so that's his girlfriend. Now, she's kind of associated to the Time Variance Authority, which is the main thing that we see in any of the promos or trailers for the Loki series. And this is where she made her first appearance in Avengers 23. Okay, she's kind of she was the black woman that's sort of like maybe the justice or the one that's kind of like leading over the Time Variance Authority. Now you're probably wondering, where did Time Variance Authority, the TVA, which they always go on about in the trailers, where did they make their first appearance? Well, they made their first appearance in Thor 372, and you got Peacemaker there too. So this is where the Time Variance Authority made their first appearance. So kind of a key issue. Now, one of the things that I always like to look at is the main character himself, Loki. A lot of the speculation around him, he's obviously in the show, it's named after him. Well, what happens is people are going to buy his first appearance, but they're also going to buy his origin story. And his origin story actually happens across a few books, and it's Journey into Mystery 112, which is the first of the series, which discusses his origin. I believe I'm not sure if it's this one or if it's the next one, where they mention it has the first appearance of King Loki, which is the frost giant who is the father for Loki, because he's not really Thor's brother. He's more like associated to this frost giant. So so this is Thor 112, and then the origin story continues on in Thor 113. So Journey into Mystery 113. So these are kind of key books for Loki. For if you're interested in Loki and you want to learn more about his origin, this is definitely a book that you want to pick up. Journey into Mystery 113. That's the second part of that whole origin story. Now, another thing that I always like to do, I always like to buy sets if I can. If there's a series of comics that, it's a short series, like a mini series, that might be relevant or might be important, I like to pick up the full set. So the next thing I want to show you is just a full set. It's the Vote Loki. So in the trailers, we see clearly, he's wearing this kind of style, and he's wearing the pin that says Vote Loki. And he kind of has that potential, maybe he's going for president of the United States. He's going to change history to, do something crazy. Well, maybe some of the Vote Loki series will be part of the mini-series. So this is Vote Loki number 1. Then we got Vote Loki number 2. And then we have Vote Loki number 3. And then Vote Loki number 4. And there's actually one more book, which I should have brought, which I do have. I just have to get it out of the long boxes. Is Fantastic Four number 353. And that's Fantastic Four number 353. I didn't bring it with me. It's in the long boxes. I'm actually pointing to the long box that it's in. I'd have to dig through it and get it. But that book is the first appearance of Mobius M. Mobius. And if you've watched the trailers, he makes an appearance in the trailers. And Mobius M. Mobius is the character that's being played by Owen Wilson. So obviously, Owen Wilson, being a pretty popular and kind of fun actor, I think he's going to bring a lot of gravitas to that character, and it's going to be a hot book. I even before the trailer had dropped, I had picked up that comic, and it was still like already being spec'd on. It was already becoming a pretty hot book. It was like, it sort of ranged around $30 to $50 for that book. I paid about $30 for my copy. And so it's one of those books that it's already kind of, soaring. I imagine once the series is out, and if Owen Wilson does his kind of cool, I think Loki's going to be kind of like the funny guy, and Owen Wilson's going to be kind of a different, the kind of the counterbalance to Loki's kind of zany personality. So I think it's going to be an interesting dynamic, and I really do have a lot of hope that that character will be kind of a cool character. So I think that Fantastic Four 353 will be a pretty hot book. So these are my specs on Loki, and these are the ones that I collected because I'm really excited about the show. I'm like super excited. I'm like staying up to like really late in the morning to basically watch it. So these are my specs before even watching the show, and that I've been really collecting for the last year. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my other videos. I have a lot of unboxing videos and a lot of cool content that you can enjoy. So hopefully this series is going to be hopefully the Loki series is good as I imagine. I have pretty high expectations, but it should be interesting. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.